How about a safari on this edition of Mid-South Viewpoint? Hi, and welcome to our program. I'm Byron Tyler. Glad that you could stop by for something that is going to be new for all of us. Can you hear that noise right now? That's Bubba. We're going to meet Bubba today on this edition of our program as we welcome from the Tennessee Safari Park, Mallory.
Hi.
And Mallory, I know you as Mallory, and what's your last name?
Clark.
Okay, Mallory Clark. So good to have you come down from Alamo, Tennessee, so we can meet Bubba and some more friends.
Yep, we're very excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I just recently heard about the Tennessee Safari Park on Facebook.
Oh.
I heard somebody talking about this safari park, and I didn't know about it. And I thought, oh, my goodness, what's this all about? So I went online, discovered it, and we connected. I'm so glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the Safari Park is definitely a gem. We don't get any kind of city or state funding, so Facebook is our main form of advertising. And thank you so much for having us and helping us spread the word.
Well, you got a wonderful website, and we're going to again talk about all of the events, activities, and fun for families at the Tennessee Safari Park. And as we get Bubba to, I think he's chewing on your hair right now.
He's preening me. He's trying to be my friend.
Yeah, well, he's a beautiful bird. Tell me about Bubba.
He's a yellow-naped Amazon. They are a vulnerable species due to habitat destruction. But he's a relinquished pet. Sometimes people get these animals because they're talkative, they're fun, but unfortunately, too, they like to scream. And sometimes if you can't provide enough attention for them, then they can kind of become a nuisance.
Well, he seems like he's getting a lot of attention right now.
Yes, he definitely is the star here today.
Okay, Mallory, whose idea was it to have Safari Park in Alamo, Tennessee?
It was actually, so the owner, it's a family owned and operated, which is it's so special and so amazing. But it was the dad's dream to open this park. And now him and his sons run it, and it's basically a conservation breeding center in addition to being a tourist attraction for the Alamo City.
Now, I was interested in your story, too. You were telling us up on the elevator. Matter of fact, as we came up the elevator, we had to actually get special permission from the building management that we were bringing animals into our building, which there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But that you yourself, originally from California, came to Tennessee, UT, to study veterinarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of took a little bit of a sabbatical, came to the safari park, fell in love with the mission and the conservation of the whole facility, and ended up becoming the director of animal husbandry and education.
And tell me what all that entails.
So my job is basically anything that has to do with the animals, diets, husbandry, protocols, quarantine, health, and then education is stuff like this, media, as well as educating any of the school children that come. We have quite a few field trips and any kind of VIP tours.
Now, are the animals that are on the park premise, are they all belong to the safari park, or do you take animals on loan?
Most of them we own, but every once in a while, if there's another zoo that has a very rare animal where they don't want to give them to us, we do a breeding loan where the animal will come to our facility, we breed them, and then we split the offspring.
Now, do you care for exotic and endangered animals that individuals say? Sometimes people buy these thinking that's a great idea to get a Christmas gift, a birthday gift, and they get them home and they realize, oh no, I can't take care of this animal.
Sometimes, yeah, that's what Bubba was. He was a wonderful pet, and the family really did love him, but unfortunately they just didn't have the time for him anymore. And if you ever do decide to get an exotic animal, definitely do your research.
Yeah. Mallory, what is the rarest animal that's at the park?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's actually two I'd say is very rare. One's called an Indo-Chinese goral, looks like a half goat, half antelope, and there's only 3 zoos that have them. And then there's also the goral, which is an Indian cattle, and I think we're actually the only zoo that's on exhibiting them as right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now who's responsible to feed all these animals?
It's a group effort, most definitely. I wish we had a few more staff, but we all get there early in the morning and usually don't leave till late at night.
Now, when we talk about diets, I'm sure there's a variety of diets with all the varied animals there. Mm-hmm. What are some of the unusual or unique diets for some of the animals?
I would say mainly our birds. Variety. Some birds, are carnivorous. For instance, our kookaburras, while others are frugivores. They only eat different types of fruit. Many times it's exotic fruits. And we just wanted to make sure they have a variety to... Bubba's deciding that I wasn't paying attention to him enough. And just a variety of everything.
Now, when people come to Tennessee Safari Park, what are they saying when after they've experienced the park and they've seen all the animals? What are some of the comments you're getting, feedback you're getting?
That they just wish they came sooner. It's definitely a unique experience. In this zoo, you are the ones basically in a cage. You drive through in your own car, and the animals are in 120 acres, free roaming. They all come up to your car, eat out of a bucket of feed, and it's definitely just a one-on-one interaction. And you're bound to laugh and giggle and probably scream a few times, but it's definitely an adventure.
Now, do you have opportunities for students to volunteer during the summertime?
We do. Mainly it's college students. It just depends on what area you're going for and your availability. A lot of times, though, people come to Safari Park thinking we just play with the animals all day, and really it's just a dirty, dirty job. It's it's a lot of work, and although it's enjoyable, there's very little play involved.
Well, I know you told me you've been at the park for about 3 years now.
I have.
What would you say is one of the funniest things that's happened to you so far?
Oh, goodness. Mine would probably be the first time I fed a giraffe. They convinced me that you're supposed to do it out of your mouth with the carrot. So I put the carrot in my mouth, and the giraffe's 18-inch long black tongue just gave me the biggest wet willy all over my face. And it was just so much fun. And actually, the public can do this as well. They can feed our giraffe, whether you're brave enough to do it in your mouth like I did or just by your hand.
Wow. Now, do people need to be concerned about their safety when they come to the park, when they're driving through? Do the animals ever get out of control?
As long as you follow our rules, then you will be safe as can be, as well as your vehicle. It's when you decide that you want to either step out of the vehicle, which we do not allow, or when you want to pet the animals. A lot of times they are wild, and so if you try to pet that animal, then they don't like it very much.
Now, are the animals that you're taking care of there, that are on the grounds there, are they trained to do tricks like circus animals, or they're just there living their life?
They are. They're definitely wild animals. They're what we call food conditioned. They realize that car means food. But a human is still a predator. So if you go outside your vehicle, they see you as an intruder, and they will defend themselves. So
Okay.
Definitely wild animals.
So it's definitely very important that you, as you mentioned, follow the rules when you
Yes.
come to the Tennessee Safari Park, and you keep your hands inside the vehicle.
You can feed. Yeah, we ask that you don't touch any of the animals. There is a petting zoo area, so if you want to interact that way, you can. But mainly it's just to get up close and personal with them.
Yeah. What do you recommend for a family in their best way to get the best enjoyment of the safari park?
We really like seeing Jeeps because open air is really fun. But any kind of car, really, you'll have such an amazing experience. And if it's your first time, I definitely recommend a car that you can roll windows up. We have 9-foot ostrich that love that feed, and when they stick their long necks in there, sometimes it's a little overwhelming, and you want to roll up that window.
So, is there a certain limitation of what kind of cars you have? You wouldn't have a motorcycle come through the park, I'm assuming.
Correct. Yeah, we have to, according to USDA regulations, which is what we're regulated by. You have to have an enclosed vehicle that you're inside.
Okay. Now, is there a place to take a picnic at the park?
There is. We have plenty of picnic areas around our primates. You can see. We also have a walkthrough zoo, so you can go and see. Bubba's thinking there's a chew toy around, so you can go inside our walkthrough zoo and find different picnic areas.
Also, Mallory, are there special events and activities tied to certain holidays throughout the year at the park?
We do. We have about 5 different events or celebrations. We have coming up is our Labor Day celebration, which is this weekend. We'll have free hot dogs, magic show, animal talks, really fun things for the kids, and that's this weekend, Saturday through Monday.
Now, is that part of the regular admission, or is there a special price for these activities?
Nope, that's part of the regular admission, $12 for adults, $8 for children, 2 and under is free, and all the magic show and celebration is free.
And Mallory, what are some of the special challenges in running a safari park like this?
There's many challenges. One is just a lot of times for instance, last winter was really tough, so that makes us work twice as hard to make sure the animals are well taken care of. Also, with budget-wise, we don't get any kind of city or state funding like city zoos, so we often have to run a very tight ship. And so donations and just overall support and spreading the word really helps us out.
Now, the safari park obviously is unique here to Tennessee. What would be the next closest place that would be something equivalent to Tennessee?
Goodness, I would probably say there's a few in Texas. But other than that, maybe one in Arkansas.
So I'm saying you're going to have to drive a good distance. I mean, our listeners to Bot Radio right now, I mean, it's a great family trip, especially for the weekend as kids are getting back into school. But we also want to be able to talk about some of the field days you've got, because you've got homeschool groups that can come out, school class groups can come out, and it's really an educational opportunity.
It is. I'm very interactive, very educational, and if you ever thought you ever wanted to go to a safari in Africa, you definitely have to come on over and try us out.
The only difference is now you can't bring a gun with you, all right? There's no, we're not shooting animals here, right?
No, you can shoot with your camera.
Shoot with your camera all you want to.
Yeah.
Bubba
appreciates that.
Bubba definitely appreciates that. Okay, now, do you ever have any problems with some of the animals getting out of their cages and maybe running off the property?
No, we've never had that. I would say maybe in the very, very early stages. Every once in a while, we'll have a baby that might slip out, but usually we're really quick to catch that.
Okay, now we mentioned about picnics. What about if somebody just comes up for the day and enjoy the time at the park? Do you have drinks and snacks available for people to purchase?
We do. It's inside the gift shop. You can. We have chips and drinks and candy that you can purchase, and then we'll be starting our snack cafe here within the next couple of months.
Okay, Mallory, now we're all ready to introduce a new friend to our listening audience right now, who can't see this, by the way, on the radio, but we are doing video, and I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel to see the animals here in the studio and the fun that we're having together. Okay, now is this Dozer?
This is Wrecker.
This is Wrecker.
Yes.
This is Wrecker. Okay, talk about Wrecker. What kind of tortoise is he?
He is an Aldabra tortoise. It's the second largest tortoise in the world. And he looks very small right now. He's only about 6 years old. When he's full grown, he'll get to be over 400 pounds and about 4 feet long.
Did you say 400 pounds?
Yes, he's going to be a big guy, like the Galapagos tortoises that you see on Discovery Channel.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Now, are these the only two that you have right now at Safari Park?
At Safari Park, we have 3. We have one smaller one in addition to these 2 big ones. But we're also a conservation breeding center for tortoises. Tortoises are actually one of the quickest declining vertebrate species, or animals with backbones. So we do our part, and we breed them up at the Safari Park, and then we have a sister institution that puts them back into the wild for us.
You know, I just appreciate, again, I didn't know you were going to bring animals at all, you know.
Well, thank you for allowing me to.
Oh, no, most definitely. You know, give us the opportunity to discover together. And really, I mean, it's amazing just to, again, to think about the wonderful creation that God made when he made all these wonderful animals and uniqueness. And I think he's ready to kind of stand up. Is he going for a walk? What's he doing?
No, they love to be scratched. The Galapagos tortoises, on the island they're from, there's finches that will come up and peck bugs from their necks and different crevices. So it's a natural behavior for these giant tortoises to want to stand up and get scratched.
Yeah. What are some of the questions that people ask you? I mean, especially kids when they interact with the animals.
About the tortoises?
Yeah.
Biggest thing is, can they leave their shell? And in fact, a tortoise and turtle's shell, the spine is attached to their shell. So you never want to knock on a turtle or tortoise's shell. It damages their insides. Another unique thing is they can actually drink water through their nose, which I thought was really fascinating.
I did not know that.
If I did that, I'd be choking quite a bit.
Well, let me ask you this, Mallory, just for we're thinking about taking care of, of animals, especially in the wild. Oftentimes you'll be driving down a rural area and you might see a turtle trying to cross the road. I mean, what should we do, as motorists?
Absolutely. Do not run it over, please. Not every animal is going to hurt you. They are very important for the ecosystem. If you ever do find a turtle, you want to make sure that you continue on its path. So just because you see a lake on one side, you want to make sure that whatever direction he's going, you continue that direction, or else he's just going to turn around and walk back.
Now, of course, if we're talking about animals that possibly might be injured, maybe from the side of the road, I mean, do you guys also have a hospital or care in that manner for them? We're
working on that. Unfortunately, we cannot take any native wildlife in Tennessee, only exotics. But the best thing to do is call your local TWRA, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and they will put you in the best person.
And what do you like most about working at the Tennessee Safari Park?
I love the fact that we make a difference, not only with the animals, the endangered species, but also with the children. It's so important to educate our next generation about wildlife, and I think we do a really great job with that.
Okay. Now, these are both male?
They are.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. Now, I want to remind our friends that you've been open since 2007.
We have.
And all the information that we're talking about, too, you can go to TennesseeSafariPark.com. The website is so helpful.
Thank you.
With all the breakdown. You've got information about the drive-through safari. So when you drive through, you're going to come face-to-face with deer, antelope, wildebeest. Tell me about that experience.
So we have a 3.5 miles drive-through that you'll go through in your own vehicle. And as you approach, you'll have an 8-foot ostrich that's going to stick its head in your window. You'll have beautiful deer. We have babies all year round. We are a breeding facility, so you'll see lots of babies. And it's just an amazing experience to be able to interact with these animals and see their natural behavior.
You've got pygmy goats?
We do. You can interact with the pygmy goats, frolic and play with them in the petting zoo.
Chickens in the petting zoo, and we've talked about some chickens there. Now, I don't want to leave, too, before we give good directions on how to find you in Alamo, Tennessee.
Yes, so from Memphis, the best way, your GPS is going to tell you to go through Brownsville, usually not the most helpful way. You just want to take 40 all the way to going towards Nashville and take exit 79. When you get off that exit, hang a right on 412, and we're 15 miles on the left.
Okay, now something else I think is important to mention to listeners, Mallory, no pets are allowed at the zoo.
No, please do not bring your tiny chihuahua. I know he's cute and he probably won't hurt anything, but he is considered a predator, which means that his eyes are in front of their head. And so when a deer sees that, they're automatically going to either fight or flight. They're going to come after your dog, or they're going to run into a fence and probably hurt themselves.
Yeah, so keep those pets at home.
Please.
Find a pet sitter before you come to the safari park. Okay, now I was noticing that you've got things like memberships. I don't know if they've actually started that program yet.
We're working on it. We're hoping to have it by Christmas. And memberships will be really great. That way you can come all year round. We are open all year long. So that way, even if it's cold outside, we'll have our reptiles that will keep you warm. And we're going to be building an aquarium pretty soon as well.
Nice. So you're open year round.
We are. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's nice to know.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. My goodness, that's really nice. Okay, again, ticket pricing is $12 for adults and $8 for children. Now, you have some special winter prices, I believe. Is that correct?
Sometimes it kind of just depends on what animals we see are available. We don't, obviously, sometimes we don't charge full price if it's really cold. But the best thing to do is just to call in and check.
Now, this is something I noticed on your site. You've got these do-it-yourself parties.
Yes.
Tell me about these.
Such a huge hit with birthday parties, church parties, family reunions. You come in, you bring your own food, set up your picnic, and then for an additional $50 charge, you can rent our safari bus. Everyone jumps on. We have treats for the animals, and you have a very knowledgeable staff that will go around and tell you about all the animals.
And there is a little bit of a price break for the adults, I think, on that particular package, I believe.
It is for any groups over 15 individuals. It's $10 for adults. Children are still $8, but they do get 2 free petting zoo feedings. They'll feed the goats and the giraffe for free.
Now, Mallory, something else I was noticing, too, these VIP tours. I mean, they look pretty interesting.
Oh, they're amazing. They're for parties from 2 to 6 individuals, and you get to go around in an open-aired golf cart and just kind of experience the whole safari in a new, different way. Not only are you learning about the animals from a zookeeper, but you're also going behind the scenes on a lot of our breeding programs.
And Mallory, as we talk about programs, another program is for scouts. This is a great opportunity, too.
Yes, it's definitely in development, but basically if you need a badge for your scout group or Eagle Scouts or anything like that, just call us up and we are more than welcome to accommodate you any way we can. We had some Girl Scouts that came out and built us a butterfly garden, and some Eagle Scouts that helped us build benches. So anything like that, if you have an idea, we want to hear it.
Now, do you guys actually take opportunities to go to classrooms and bring some of the animals on request?
We do. We're still kind of working with that more, but we definitely want to go out and reach out to the schools. We don't have any assemblies yet, but if you want to have it where we bring out an animal and kind of teach a course on biology, we can definitely do that for you.
Okay, now you've got something called outreach programs, too. What's that all about?
Mainly that's for events where you can't bring your party to us. So we can bring a few animals to you. Usually it's smaller animals like the tortoises or the birds, so nothing too crazy like a deer or an antelope. But we're able to bring it out to you and give you a safari experience in your own backyard.
Fantastic. Now, what do you enjoy most about working at Tennessee Safari Park?
Oh, goodness. So many wonderful things. It just depends on the day of the week. I think it's the fact that all the babies. We always have babies at the safari park, where most zoos, they don't have as much room as we do, so they have to kind of be careful with that. and also the field trips. Being able to communicate with the kids and see them get so excited about the animals is just a great experience.
Okay, now this weekend we want folks to know about. This is the end of summer, Labor Day, family time to get together, extended weekend. Tell us about what's going to take place.
We are going to have so much fun. Labor Day celebration is going to start this Saturday, 10 a.m., going to last all weekend. Sunday, we do open up a little later at noon. Monday, we're open up again at 10. But Saturday, we will have free hot dogs for people. We'll have magic shows all throughout the weekend, animal talks, animal interactions, just so much fun and so much educational things for the kids.
I think our friend is looking for something to eat. He's already eaten all the leaves that were on the table.
He did.
Do you have some more for him?
Unfortunately, I didn't think he was going to eat them that fast. He's just becoming a big boy and eating more and more.
You know, we have the temperatures like we're having right now. You know, these very hot, sticky, humid temperatures. For the most part, how do the animals, behave during that time?
They do pretty well. For instance, in the jungles of Africa and South America, it is pretty hot and sticky, so they can do that. But we have plenty of shade, misters for the animals that do need the extra attention. But most of the animals come from Africa. They're pretty used to this weather.
You know, what makes the park nice, too, as you talk about being in your vehicle and driving through for the drive-through, is the fact that it can accommodate those who are handicapped quite easily, too. Now, what about in the petting zoo part? Do you have accommodations for those who are handicapped?
Yes, everything is definitely wheelchair accessible, and we have plenty of shade. So if anybody needs to have plenty of rest areas, we have that available to you. And we have an AC gift shop. So if you need cool off, then you just head on in there. We have reptiles in there and small mammals like prairie dogs and really fun stuff.
Wow. This has been fabulous. Mallory, thank you so much for coming by and sharing with Bot Radio Network today. Again, the Tennessee Safari Park, a short drive to Alamo, Tennessee. Let's give those directions again.
So you're going to take the 40 heading towards Nashville from Memphis, get off on exit 79, make a right onto 412 West, and we're 15 miles on the left.
You get all the details by going to the website, TennesseeSafariPark.com, TennesseeSafariPark.com. So I hope you'll go. And I was looking now, are there pictures and any other type of things on the website that people can see a little bit about the park before they come?
They can. Our best way to see about our park and what we're constantly updating is our Facebook. Facebook.com/Tennessee Safari Park. We're always having new pictures and any kind of specials or education programs. We're always sticking on that.
Now, Mallory, you also have, I think, a newsletter that comes out. Now, do you have to be a member of the park to be able to receive that newsletter, or?
That is going to be part of our new membership. So as soon as we get all those details done, then we'll have monthly newsletters that will talk about all of the babies that are being born and any kind of specials that we're having.
Wow. Any unique births this summer so far at the park?
Oh, so many. We've had over 200 births at the safari park.
Have you really?
Pretty amazing stuff. Anything in particular? Oh, we have so many rare and endangered species. Grivet monkey, which is really neat. Lots of birds. We have 16 baby ostrich on the ground, so you have to come and see what a baby ostrich looks like. Very unique, looks nothing like those crazy, scary adults. And plenty of deer and antelope, too, that you can see.
Okay, so you just got it all there. The Tennessee Safari Park, a great place for families, for groups, having those special birthday parties. A Sunday school class might want to go out and just hang out and enjoy the day. And so really, you said the drive-through, the total time is about a 3-hour drive, 2.5 hours?
The tour is, or the drive-through safari, I would say about an hour.
About an hour.
Miles. Yeah, 3.5 miles.
3.5 miles.
But I've had some people that have gone through 3-4 times. You can go through as many times as you want. And they just love it so much. We have our addicts, which are really amazing antelope. They will... They're critically endangered antelope. We're one of the very few zoos that have them, and they'll come run up to your car and eat. So we have a lot of people that spend plenty of time with them.
So the one price, you can go through multiple times while you're there.
Stay as long as you want.
Take as many pictures as you want.
Please do, yes.
Okay.
And share them on Facebook.
Okay, now you do have a gift shop. What are we going to find inside the gift shop?
Gift shop has really amazing stuffed animals, memorabilia. We also have... We believe that there needs to be animals in every area of the park, so we even have reptiles in there for the kiddos. Saturdays, we have reptile feeding, so if you have a little boy that loves the reptiles, you can have him watch a snake eat and eat crickets.
All right. Mallory Clark, thank you so much for stopping by.
I think we're all going.
I think he's ready to go. He said, enough radio interview, Byron. I'm ready to go.
I know. For being a turtle, he's pretty fast.
Hey, he's doing great. And I think Bubba's starting to talk now.
Finally. Hey, Bubba. He's very spoiled. He doesn't like the attention not being on him.
Well, listen, I appreciate you stopping by, and we're going to help make sure you get all the animals safely back to your car.
Thank you very much.
And friends, don't forget now, Tennessee Safari Park. Go to the website, TennesseeSafariPark.com. Learn all the details. I thank you for stopping by on this edition of Mid-South Viewpoint. I'm Byron Tyler. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.